Welcome back to the channel. Today what I'm going to be talking about is the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight scheduled for July 20th, 24. And the reason I'm really talking about this fight is because there's a 32-year difference between the two fighters. And that right there is going to be a pretty interesting thing, because Mike Tyson is a legitimate champion fighter, retired fighter, that is, greatly retired because of his age. And you're looking at somebody who's about 58 years old, and you're looking at Jake Paul, who's about 26. And Jake Paul clearly has the youth on his side, whereas Mike Tyson have the experience on his side. Now the question is, what does Mike Tyson gain from this? Basically nothing, because the guy is known to be one of the greatest fighters in the world. If Jake Paul beat him, he basically has beaten a retired boxer, and you get no kind of credit for that. So far, Jake Paul had about nine fights. Lost one to Tommy Fury in a split decision. In this particular fight, it's going to be the same glove size that Roy Jones and Mike Tyson wore, the 16-ounce gloves rather than the 10-ounce glove. But it was said that Jake Paul was asking for the 10-ounce gloves. Now you're looking at Mike Tyson, who may not have that top end stamina, but even at the ripe age of 58, if he catch you just right, he's gonna really knock you out. But he has to catch you just right, which he has the possibility of doing because of his experience. You take the fight of George Foreman and Michael Moore. You know, you're looking at a 45-year-old versus a 26-year-old. George Foreman took the belt from him. So Michael Moore just made that mistake. He made that one mistake, and it cost him, because these guys still have that experience, and they still have a certain amount of muscle about them, just like Mike Tyson still have a certain amount of muscle about him. Now, you see some of the websites talking about the restrictions on Mike Tyson, and the restrictions are basically coming from the Department of Licenses and Regulations, and it goes for any fighter that's over 36 years old, where they have to partake in a EEG and a EKG. One is to check the brain to make sure there's no issues with his brain, and the other one is to check for issues with his heart. Now, if he passes those things right there, then the fight is on. It has nothing to do with Jake Paul. It has everything to do with the TDLR, Texas Department Licenses and Regulations, who's making that mandate. So as long as Mike Tyson passed that, then he's going to be good to fight. Even if they don't pass him, he can kind of, appeal the case and try to get it pushed through anyway, which I don't think would be a good thing if they find issues wrong with you, because you can be risking your life, and you're basically risking your life for nothing. And at this point in Mike Tyson's life, I don't think the money that they're fighting for is really a issue for him. I don't think it's something that he's really caring about, simply because he's had so much money, and the money has done nothing for him but caused him problems. I think he's doing it for, just the fun of it. And we're gonna see how it turns out if the match goes on. I would say the first 3 rounds, if Jake Paul survived that, then it's a possibility, he may be able to get Mike Tyson because of the youth part of it. Because Mike Tyson, no matter how much you want to turn back the turn back time. It's pretty much impossible to do that. But you know, that the long-term fighting, I don't think he's going to be able to do that with his age and everything. But those first few rounds, if Jake Paul don't stay out of the way, which I don't think he really have the experience to, because he still manages to get hit with good hits. And if Mike Tyson is still able to generate the type of power that he used to generate, he's gonna knock Jake Paul out early. And I'm depending on his experience to be able to do that, because this guy is a boxing technician. I mean, he's a guru. He studied all the greats, unlike a lot of the other boxers who has fallen before him. He studied all the boxers of the past and a lot of them of today, you know. So the guy is really a boxing phenomenon as far as his knowledge and of his experience. Now, at 58, he still should be able to generate enough power to knock out any human, as long as he's in shape. And it looked like he's still trying to keep himself in shape. So it'll be an interesting thing. If Jake Paul knock him out, then you know he really accomplished nothing, because it's like I said, the guy hasn't done anything to put himself in a position to be an actual fighter. He hasn't fought anybody of credit to try to really win any type of professional belts. Everything he's doing is this YouTube type fighting thing that he's doing. And again, it's kind of crazy that people are giving him credit as I still won't get a guy credit for being a real boxer. I mean, he can box because that's what he has learned. You know, that's what he has taught himself to box. He can box. But the thing about it is, can he box with fighters of his own age that are real boxers? You know, he has yet to really prove himself against several different boxers to where he will be classified as a legitimate professional boxer. And he hasn't done that. He's bringing not notoriety, that's the wrong word. He's bringing some type of response to boxing, because boxing has kind of lost a lot of its luster, because there's really no boxers that are really bringing a lot of attention to the sport these days. It's almost like bodybuilding, you know, until recently. So he's doing that much. He's bringing the eyes toward boxing, but he's not really in a spot to where he's gonna be classified as a true legitimate boxer until he can get in the lower ranks and work his way up to the top to fight legitimate boxers. You know, that's something he hasn't done. And right now, he's making money doing what he's doing, boxing who he's boxing, but it doesn't give him any kind of accreditation. You know, and it's like I said, everybody looks over the fact, if a grown man who's not planning on taking a dive hit him for real, you can imagine what's going to happen to him. You understand what I'm saying? No doubt, even at 58, Mike Tyson, if he catch him just right, for real, you know, it's going to be the end of Jake Paul and this YouTube fighting thing that he does, because it's just going to show you that there's no way to the upper ranks unless you work your way up through legitimate fighters who's current and relevant of today. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And again, I'll be talking to you later.